I'm Guy Lane and this is the Planet Report. In solar PV news, a rare synergy between livestock and renewable energy systems, sheep go solar. It turns out that the woolly ungulates are partial to eating the grass and weeds that grow around solar farms and use the panels for shade. This helps to prevent vegetation growing too high and shading the modules and reduces fire risk. In Africa, somewhere, scientists testing a theory on the impact of desertification on solar power production have concluded that the amount of energy provided by solar modules buried under 3 feet of sand is exactly 0. I wonder what the solar-powered sheep would have to say about that. In atmosphere news, a new study details the interplay between atmospheric physics and air travel, finding that aviation contrails derived from water vapour released into the lower stratosphere as a byproduct of the combustion of jet fuel have a greater warming impact on the atmosphere than the CO2 emissions from the very same planes. In Sweden, a new word enters the lexicon. Flygskam, or flight shame, has resulted in thousands of Scandinavians queuing up for train journeys to avoid the stigma and ecological footprint of flying in airliners. In a sentence, the word would be used in the following manner.
The last time I took a flight, I got a nasty case of flygscam.
Thank you, Helga. In ecocide news, the planet-eating Brazilian president Jair Bolsonaro continues to wreak havoc on the whole Earth system. As a result of slashing regulations, fines and the number of enforcement agents protecting against illegal tree clearing in the Amazon rainforest, data from the National Institute of Spatial Research recorded the highest level of illegal deforestation for a single month ever in May 2019. In that mad, murderous month of May, 739 square kilometres of tropical rainforest were reduced to pulp, logs, singed sloth fur and carbon-rich smoke, a 34% increase on the same month the year before. That's equivalent to 3,000 football pitches worth of illegal forest destruction per day and adding further pressure on the Amazon rainforest's ability to sequester CO2 gas out of the atmosphere to help regulate the global climate. The failure of natural carbon sinks, of which the Amazon is one, helps explain the rapid increase in atmospheric CO2 concentration that is contributing to the runaway greenhouse effect that threatens to annihilate human civilization and most species on Earth over the coming decades. Protesting the annihilation of life on Earth, members of the international movement Extinction Rebellion peacefully blockaded a bridge in the French capital only to be callously pepper-sprayed at point-blank range by burly riot police and aggressively hauled off the road. Extinction Rebellion's non-violent mass civil disobedience action was undertaken during a continent-wide heatwave and on the day in which France recorded the highest temperature since records began, a sizzling 45.9 degrees Celsius. The overt brutality by the French state against peaceful protesters concerned for the future under anthropogenic climate disruption and the sixth mass extinction of life on Earth demonstrates that the onion-eating elite have yet to get their head around the concept of total ecosystem collapse, somehow thinking that they can avoid the laws of biophysics in heavily armed gated communities. I'm reminded of a comment by journalist Chris Hedges, who referred to the global elite as being unplugged from reality.
And that's what happens when you have an elite that is that unplugged, which our elite is. So they will push and push and push myopically out of ignorance until something erupts, and that's exactly where we're headed.
Well, guess what, folks? Something's erupting. I'm Guy Lane, and that's the Planet Report.